Hello students, let us continue lesson number 9. Children, we have learned that there are three types of soil: sandy soil, clay soil and alluvial soil. The soil in which the proportion of sand is more. Sand means large particles. Such a soil is called a sandy soil. And the soil contain more amount of fine particles is called a clay soil. And the soil which contain somewhat equal amount of both sand particles and clay particles is called a alluvial soil. Alluvial soil or the loamy soil also contain silt carried out by the rivers. Now, what way the soil is useful to us? That in the beginning itself we have learned soil is useful for our survival. But this soil can be used to make many earthenwares, right? Earthen pots, like that. Many utensils can be made out of soil. And which soil is used to make earthen vessels that we are going to see. We will learn it with an activity, activity 9.3 in page number 99. And I hope that you all are taken the textbook. Be ready with the textbook while you watch the video. Collect samples of clay, loamy and sandy soils. Take a fistful of soil from one of the samples. Remove any pebbles, rocks or grass blades from it. Now add water drop by drop and knead the soil. Add just enough water a, so that a ball can be made from it. But at the same time, it should not be sticky. To make a ball from the soil on a flat surface, roll this ball into a cylinder. Try to make a ring from the cylinder. Repeat this activity with other samples also. As the extent to which a soil can be shaped indicate its type. Okay, for this we have to collect the samples of soil from different places. And after bringing the samples, we will be removing all type of pebbles, rocks or grass, means any leaves are there that you remove, sand, pebbles, etc. we remove from the soil. Only the fine particles will be there, whether it is of sand or clay. Then knead the soil. Knead means mix with water. Knead the soil by adding water drop by drop. Knead the soil very well and mix the soil with water. Just like we make a dough for the chapati, same way make the soil also mix with the water. Then try to make different shapes using the soil. First we will try with the sandy soil. Sandy soil, when we try to make the ball, it will not remain as the ball. We can make the ball, but easily it will break up. It will not be forming the ball. Why? Because sand particles are made of large particles. In sandy soil contain large particles. And there is space between the soil particles. And the water will not remain inside the soil, then it will be draining out easily. So we cannot make a proper ball with a sandy soil. So it will be difficult to make other shapes also with it. Then we will try with the clay soil. Clay soil, as it is formed of very fine particles and there is less airspace between them and they hold more water, you can easily make the ball from the clay soil. Same way like the ball, we can change the ball into any other shape. We can make other shapes also from the soil, a cylinder shape, or you can flatten the soil. So any shape can be made out of the clay soil. Clay soil can be molded to form any desired shapes. And if we try to make the different shapes with the loamy soil, then also it will not be much successful as in case of the clay soil. From this we can understand that different shapes can be made out of the clay soil and not with a sandy soil and a alluvial soil. That means for making earthen utensils, earthenwares, Mainly clay soil is used. Clay soil is used to make earthen wares. Now we will learn about more properties of the soil. Properties of soil. First one, percolation rate of water in the soil. For this also, an activity is given. See, Bujo and Paheli marked two different squares of 50 centimeter into 50 centimeter each, one on the floor of their house and the other on the Kacha road. They filled two bottles of the same size with water. They emptied the water from the bottles, one each at the same time in the two squares. They observed that the water on the floor flowed down and was not absorbed. On the Kacha road, on the other hand, the water was absorbed. Okay, for that, what you have to do, children? You have to select two squares. And here 50 centimeter into 50 centimeter given. You can take any area, less area or little bigger area, say square you can select. But two squares will be of the same area. Both should be of the same area. One square should be on the tiled floor of your house, tiled floor of your house, and another one in any open land, whether on the roadside or in the garden, like that in any open land. Then take a equal quantity of water, 100 ml or 200 ml, like that, same quantity of water take. Try to empty this water the selected areas we have taken. Where we have selected the area, one on the tiled floor of the house and other one on the open land. So empty this water into this area. And we can see that when we empty the water into the tiled floor, it will be easily spread into the surroundings. It will not be absorbed by the floor and it will be spreading into the surroundings. But if we pour the water into the open land, you can see that the soil will absorb the water. It will not be spreading to the surrounding, and the water which we have poured will be absorbed into the soil, that will be taken into the soil. From that we can understand that soil absorbs water. Water will be percolating into the soil. This is called a percolation capacity of the soil. The soil can absorb water. If we empty the water into the soil, the water will be slowly absorbed by the soil. But this percolation capacity of all the soil is not the same. It depends on the type of soil. For that also, an activity is given. For that, we have to select a soil from three different places. We have to take the select land from three different places. Then also you should use three same length PVC pipes. Here 20 centimeter is given, 20 centimeter or 50 centimeter, any measure you can take, but all the three pipes will be of the same size, same diameter and same length. Then select three open places and also three pipes, PVC pipes. Now fix the pipes in this selected land so that 2 centimeter will be under the soil and the remaining will be above the soil. So you have done, you have selected three places and also you have taken three PVC pipes of the same measure and you are fixing each pipe in each of the selected land so that 2 centimeter will be under the soil and remaining part will be above the soil. Now take equal quantity of water, same quantity of water, and pour this water into the PVC pipes. And note down the time. What time you are pouring the water, that also you have to note down and see how much time is taken by the entire water to be absorbed by the soil. That also you have to note down how much time is taken by the water so that it is fully absorbed by the soil. From that, you can come to know that some soil absorbs water speedily and some other type of soil take more time to absorb water. From this we can calculate the rate of percolation by using the formula percolation rate is equal to ml per minute. Ml means we have taken the water in ml, 200 ml or 100 ml like that quantity, and minute is the unit of time. So percolation rate will be ml per minute is equal to amount of water divided by percolation time. So percolation rate of the soil can be calculated by the formula amount of water divided by the time taken to be absorbed by the soil, that is percolation time. So if we have taken 200 ml of water and suppose the soil has taken 20 minutes to absorb the water completely. See, suppose that for a certain sample to get 20 minutes for 200 ml, then percolation rate will be 200 divided by 20, that means 10 millimeter per minute. And this percolation rate will be different for different type of soil. Okay children, the remaining part we will see in the next day.